Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. Thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Cody, and I will be your host for the next hour. Here on Power Prompts, it is our goal to empower you to power through your art block. Every month, we create a theme, and every week, we have a drawing prompt based around that theme. And this month's theme is Decorating December, and we are actually going to be designing a gingerbread house together today. So while you guys are sitting there in the chat saying hey to everybody, I also want you to start putting in your favorite candies and like desserts and everything, sweets that you love eating around this time of year, because I want to incorporate it into our design today. If you would like to participate, also feel free to post your work with the hashtag Adobe Live Power Prompts toward the end of the show as well. We will also be going over your wonderful community entries. And I also hope that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well, for those of you that celebrated here in the US. Hey, Jack. That background is so cozy, says Jack. Thank you so much. Yes, my husband and I just moved into a new place. As you can tell, my background is much different than it used to be. Hey, Gareth. Hi, Val. Hey, Andrew. Welcome. How are you doing? Thank you all so much for joining. All right, we can go ahead and hop into Fresco, and we can just go ahead and get started. So I don't really have an idea off the bat what like style of house or what shapes we're going to be using. I kind of had a couple ideas ahead of time, but I think I'm just going to throw down some shapes and like kind of start going from there. Andrea says licorice. Ooh, that's a really good one. That's fun. I'm going to write that down. Licorice. Cool. If you guys can think of anything else, that would be awesome. Okay. So also, if you're not into doing gingerbread houses, you can also kind of like start thinking outside the box too, and doing like different just other different structures too. Like it would be super cute like if we had like a Eiffel Tower gingerbread or something, like with the icing on it and stuff. That would be really sweet. Like with trees and stuff around it, or like maybe we could do like a little barn or something. A barn is a house for animals. And then again, like with some trees and maybe like a gingerbread cookie horse. That could be cute. Right? Something like that. What do you guys think? Or we could just do your classic, like gingerbread house that you get in like a package at the store. Have you guys ever done that? Like you get like a box of like the supplies of a gingerbread house, and it's got like the frosting and the gumdrops. Oh, gumdrops. That's another one. Gumdrops, and probably candy canes and peppermint, of course. Candy canes. Voodoo Val says, I'm gonna have to paint one. Yes, please. I'd love to see a Voodoo Val gingerbread house. You got to put some purple on there, Val. Hey, Cethos. Hey, Katarina. Hi, welcome. Okay. So we got a couple of options here so far. It could be cute. If we did the barn, I could do like a little wreath here up there. That could be nice. Or we could just do like your typical little classic, like rectangle gingerbread house, which could be pretty cute as well. Like maybe like with the little like scallop shingles. That's pretty classic. So the question is, do we want to go classic, or do we want to go like totally outside the box? That's kind of where I'm leaning here. Kind of figuring that out as we go. Maybe like we could do like a little arched door, maybe with a little like circle window or something. That's cute. And maybe like a window with some shutters, something like that. And then again, maybe we'll have like some bushes, some shrubberies, and let's see, maybe we'll do another window up here. Or maybe I could do the same thing that I was thinking on the barn, and I could do like a wreath up here with like a little bow or something. That could be cute. And then maybe we got like a little chimney over here popping up. Maybe I'll put it like back here, or maybe we'll put it on this front side here. Maybe that's better. And then we could do like maybe we could do like some smoke, but maybe it looks like hardened chocolate or something like that, you know? Hey, Sean, how are you doing? Hey, Ruben, how are you doing? Good to have you. Val says mine has the scallop shingles. Nice. And maybe if we did, maybe we'll do like a brick looking chimney there or something like that. And we could do the trees, of course. And we have like our little gingerbread men's. The homeowner, or maybe it's a realtor if it's being sold. I don't know. There he is. I'm kind of leaning towards, let's see. Or we could do something like this where we have, let's see. We have a roof like this. Maybe it's more of like a rectangle, like horizontal instead of whereas the front of the house is on the wide side of the rectangle. So we could do something like this, and then maybe there's like a front porch that comes out like this. That could be cute, right? And we could do like our little wreath thing here, and maybe we have some like double front doors and a little porch. Man, we're just like creating a whole little neighborhood, aren't we? It's a good day in the neighborhood. Am I right, friends? Does anyone get that reference? Sean says, as much as you move, Cody, a for sale sign would work. Yes, I know. Okay, so we have our windows, and let's see, again, we can just add some shrubberies here, and maybe we'll give some scalloped shingles again, something like that, just really quick, just for our little thumbnail ideas here. And maybe we have another window here, maybe not that big, like with some. And then, oh, you know what, we could also put a little snow friend in the yard, or maybe like here we have. Oh, he's a wide snow friend. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. He's a wide snow friend. He's just having the time of his life over there. Mr. Rogers, yes, indeed, Mr. Rogers. That was the reference. Okay, what do you guys think of all of the three of these? Which one is your favorite? Here, I will go ahead and give us a whoops. I'll give us a numbers. Whoa, that is a big brush. Let's try that again. Number 1. I'm going to number these. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. What do you guys think? Which one's your favorite? We'll go ahead and pick our design. And also, as I was saying, for anyone that's just popping in, I am looking for suggestions for some candies, some of your favorite candies and desserts that you love to eat around the holidays, because I would like to incorporate them into our design today. So far, if I can just zoom out our options here a little bit, we have licorice, gumdrops, and candy canes. Of course, we're also going to have frosting, because you kind of always use frosting as like the glue for gingerbread houses. I'm not really sure. Oh, I guess we could also do like maybe like Hershey Kisses. That could be nice. Here, let me write that down. Hershey Kisses, something like that. We got a vote for 3 and a vote for 2. Okay, so it looks like we're leaning more towards the house instead of the barn. Okay, gotcha. So what style of house would you guys like? And also, like, if you were going to design your own, which style would you go for? Like, maybe not just mine, but like your own. Like Val, what is your gingerbread house going to look like, Val? Because I know Val said that hers has the scallop shingles. Maybe we'll be neighbors with Val's gingerbread house. That's where we all just live in the same neighborhood. That's what it is. Okay. Let's see. I know it's like on the tip of my tongue. I'm like thinking of let's see. Also, I need to write down just like peppermint rounds. Peppermint rounds, because we can also do that too. Just like the little circle ones. Penny says I like aspects of 2 and 3. Okay. So maybe we'll kind of like do a little bit of a combination here. So I think what I'm going to do, Val says mine looks like a haunted house, like a small 1-room cottage. Okay, so Val's probably, I would guess, probably looks more so like number 2. Maybe we'll do a number 3. Does that sound good, you guys? We'll do a number 3 to kind of change it up a little bit. So we're not like doing the typical gingerbread house. We're doing a little bit of a different type of scene. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, actually, this tree was not meant to be in this section here. Kind of overlapped here. Hey, Rob, welcome. Just dropping by to say, hi, Cody. My day is spiraling out of control. Oh, no. I hope you gain some control very, very soon, Rob. But I'm happy that you're here. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are working on designing a little gingerbread house together. So I am going to grab this. And I'm going to, actually, I'm not going to like scale it up just yet. I'm just going to copy it. Let's see. I'm going to duplicate selection. Then I'm going to move it down just so we can get it separated from everything else on its own layer and stuff like that. And then I'm going to lower the opacity of this house here. And then we're just going to make a new layer over top of it. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more detail to this sketch. And then afterwards, we will scale it up more. And I also noticed that I forgot to add in a chimney on this one, so I will go ahead and do that as well. I think for this style house, though, I will add the chimney to the side of the house. So like it looks like the fireplace is on the side of the house, so you can actually see that. So let's see here. Actually, I am using the wrong color that I typically sketch with. It's more like this color. There we go. And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to turn up smoothing a little bit, just because my hands are a little shaky today. And I am just going to kind of throw in this roof here. I actually, for the longest time, I don't know about you guys, let me know in the chat if you relate to this, but for the longest time, I really struggled with any kind of like man-made structure, drawing it, until just this last year, I would say. My husband and I have actually been working on a book series, and I started drawing the map for the world of our book series. And I finally was able to create, or like kind of like get down to a science, like my style of how I like drawing buildings. But man, that was literally just this last year. And And it has taken me so long to actually like the look of buildings that I draw, but like the perspective of buildings has always messed me up so much. So I tried really hard to incorporate more of like the flat perspective that I try to incorporate in my work, if you're familiar with my work. Hi, Laura. Hi, welcome. Penny says M&M's is another good candy. Yes, M&M's. Let's do that. Let's go back to this base layer here. M&M's. Good one. Yeah, those like small candies are really good for decorating and just kind of placing everywhere. It's kind of like adding some interest. But yeah, so I've been working really hard on trying to figure out how I want to draw buildings, and I'm still getting there. Like, I'm still working on it, but I'm trying to, like, for instance, like this roof is pretty like wonky. Like, the perspective isn't perfect, but I'm also not really trying to go for perfect. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself about it. But I'm still trying to figure it out. But we are all learning together, and that's what's great about it, right? Something that really helped me, I don't know why, but I guess it's just that flat perspective that I always like to do. But before, I would always try to like draw a box when I would make a building, you know, like this. But lately I've been keeping the bottom line, like I guess it would be like the horizon line, I don't know, of the building, like this bottom, like the floor, I guess, of the building, completely flat. So instead of having this side wall come up like this and being in perspective like that, I'm having it just stay completely flat. And that has helped me kind of like just, I don't know, it's kind of just like changed my own like eye perspective and just helped me figure it out. I actually did, if you go on my Instagram, one of the more recent posts, I did an illustration like this of a local coffee shop that I think was very different than my typical artwork, but I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. It kind of looks more like a blueprint style drawing. Okay, so I'm going to throw in some little like some little like posts to hold up the porch roof here. Maybe like little wood posts. And we'll go back, and when we go to add detail, we can add and kind of make this look a little bit more gingerbready, like kind of thicken everything up and add in some of that frosting that really makes it, gives it that classic gingerbread look. Okay, and then the wreath. So to do the wreath, I'm going to just keep it one whole piece, so it looks like just like a gingerbread cookie. And I'm also going to put the bow in that one piece like that. So that looks like one single cookie like that. And then the shutters will be individual cookies. And then the windows will be frosting. And we will also add in the candy for decoration after we size up the sketch. Add in that little shrubbery there. And I think I'll go ahead and add in our snow friend more here to the right. And we'll probably have like some frosting that's keeping him in place right there. And let's see. So if I'm going to give him arms. Oh, you know what? We could do like little pretzel arms. I think people do that, right? For gingerbread houses, they'll use like pretzel arms for the snowmans. Let's put that up there. Pretzels. And we can do some like little frosting accessories. And we will do a hat, but that hat is going to be, I think, a part of his cookie. Something like that. Okay. So let's see here. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer. By the way, you guys, how was your Thanksgiving if you celebrated it? Or how was your last week? Did you do anything exciting this weekend? Let me know in the comments. In the comments. This is not YouTube. Why did I just say that? This is a live stream. You could also, though, this is on YouTube. What am I saying? This is on YouTube for the replay. Anyone watching the replay, please put in the comments. We would love to hear. Okay, let's go ahead. Whoa, my brush is going haywire. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm gonna push this roof down a little bit. Hey, Clever, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. We are designing a gingerbread house together today. And we're kind of just like deciding on like what little pieces that we want to put in it. Oh, and I also can't forget, of course, our little chimney. And I am going to put some bricks on that chimney. And we will do... Oops. Let's try that again. I'm gonna do a little smoke design. Like that. And then we can make it look like solidified chocolate or something. Clever says, I love the wonky snow person. Yeah, he's had an all right day, you know? Okay, let's throw in our little front doors here. Maybe we have like a little double door entrance, I'm thinking. And maybe we have like, oops, some windows on the top half. And I don't know, maybe we have some trim there, and I'm just kind of making this up as I go, you guys. If you have any ideas, please feel free to chime in. Clever says this is already adorable. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're just kind of like figuring it out as we go, you know? Maybe we have, you know, what could be cute is maybe we have like some frosting petals that kind of like look like snow. And also, you know, they kind of like to do like icicles, like frosting icicles. That could look cute too. Like that, something. We got like some frosting. Maybe a smaller one here. And I think I'm gonna do another window. I'm gonna put this on a separate layer actually, so I can just go ahead and draw over this post without having to worry about like ruining what's underneath. I'm gonna just draw in this window here with the shutters. Boom, boom, boom. Something, something, something like that. And let's see, maybe we have, oh, you know what we missed? Let's go ahead and erase these bits. And we can also add in maybe like a little like pine tree cookie, you know? Something like that, where it's got like frosting in it. That's cute, right? We got little cookies. Maybe I'll do another one over here. Oops. I can't seem to get the pine tree shape down here. Struggling, working through it. Okay, there we go. That's something. Just trying to avoid tangents here. We got our little frosting line going on. And then maybe we can do like some little like ornaments or something. I don't know. Something like that. It's looking cute. Hey, Annika, how are you doing? Okay. And then we can add we could also add, of course, we need, our snowman needs a little like frosting outline as well. And let's go ahead and do the shingles. Them big ol' like cartoony shingles, love it. Tip for drawing rounded shingles like this, or scales, I guess you could say, because they pretty much are scales. Basically, the way you want to draw them, like say you were drawing a fish. Here's our fish. The way that you want to draw scales is, so you draw one row, and then when you start the next row, you want the next row to have the points in between right in the middle of the scale above. So I don't know if that made sense at all, but basically your point will start right here in the middle of this, and then come down, and then come right up into the middle of that other scale. So basically they alternate, kind of like bricks do. Bricks are kind of the same way. So scales are like this. So they alternate, and bricks are the same way, even though they're rectangular. So the way that we stack bricks is like this. Here's one row of bricks. And then the next row starts right in the middle of the brick above it. So they kind of stagger like that. That roof could be M&Ms. Yeah, I'm thinking about adding like little like M&M candies kind of to like zhuzh it up a little bit. Okay. Maybe we just maybe our fish friend can stay for a bit. He's a Christmas fish. Okay. Let's go ahead and add in the scale here. Scale, I meant shingle. And then I'm gonna angle, since this porch roof is at a bit of an angle, I'm gonna attempt to angle my shingles a little bit more. However, I'm going to, just in case I am not successful at that, I'm going to put those shingles on a separate layer because we can always distort it just a little bit to kind of match up that perspective a little bit better. Something like that. Okay, so that's all right, but I think I'm just go ahead and go to transform and then go to distort, and I'm just gonna move it slightly out, just a little bit. That's a little better. Okay, cool. So what do we have? What are we missing, friends? Maybe we need a little stone path. They could be candies like peppermints or something. Like maybe we have little like peppermint stepping stones. Like that. Maybe we have like just like little like crumbles too, like cookie crumbs just kind of everywhere. I love adding cookie crumbs or any kind of like food crumbs when I'm drawing food. If you look at my work, I always add crumbs. I don't know why. I think it just like adds a little bit of character. Okay. That's looking good. I think I'm going to just for my own reference, I'm going to add in some little like texture lines here on the walls just to remind myself. And I'm also going to, let's see, I am going to add in some frosting lines here on the walls. This is looking good so far, you guys. I'm liking it. Cool. Okay. Is there anything else we're missing, do you think? Is there something that's glaring that's like, wow, Codi, you totally missed that. We should totally do this. I think I might, once I scale up the image, I think I might move the doors over a little bit, or maybe I'll just do it right now. Just because like they're kind of looking a little squished. Just gonna scoot all of this over slightly. Oops, wrong layer. Do it on this layer. Scoot them over just a tad. And also I am going to scoot over these guys. Okay. And then we can fill in that gap. Very easy. There. Holiday colored candy corn. Wait, that exists? Does that exist? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Like, maybe I've seen it in the grocery store before. It probably totally exists. I've just never seen it before. That would be funny to do as the snowman's nose. Holiday candy corn. Candy corn can be lampposts. Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead. Sorry, Christmas fish. Say goodbye to Christmas fish, everyone. Sorry. Goodbye. Bye. We love you. I have to make room. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that layer, get rid of that layer. Oh wait, I need that layer. Let's move, or let's merge down. And I am going to turn on this layer. This is my, oh yes, I was going to add in candy canes. It's a good thing I wrote that down because I totally would have forgotten. I want to add in candy canes, and I also want to add in the licorice. How should I add in licorice? Oh, you know what? The posts, the porch posts could be licorice, you guys. Yeah? Porch posts could be licorice and or candy canes. Vote now. licorice or candy cane posts. And then I think I also will just like add in a candy cane here. Something like that. Maybe not angled so much because I feel like it's taking a little bit away from the scene. Might just angle him back just slightly. Like that. Oh, and I also wanted to make the stepping stones peppermints, so let's draw that in so we don't forget. Just draw in some little, like, spiral lines here. Annika says, candy cane would make for a better structure. 'Tis true. Annika is now our official architect. Annika is her other job title is Gingerbread House Architect. Official. Okay, let's see. I wish I had that title, to be honest. There we go. Okay. Now, oh, gumdrops. Oh, I forgot gumdrops too. Ah, okay. So, and yeah, and I wanted to add in the M&Ms. So I'm just going to go ahead and add it in here, you guys. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to merge down those layers. I'm going to be brave. And I am going to add in, I think, just like some M&Ms like here. Just like in random spots, not every spot. Maybe something like that. We need, it looks a little bit too balanced. So we need asymmetry. Yes, indeed, RB. Hansel and Gretel are due as well. We need to do, it is kind of like a Hansel and Gretel house, isn't it? Yes, let's go ahead and do eraser. That's what I needed. What if I added, or you know what? Maybe I could do gumdrops here on the roof. Like that kind of line up with the shingles. Maybe. Maybe just some gumdrops on the ground here too. Something like that. Okay. I think that's looking pretty cute, you guys. I think we have a winner here. Do I need another gumdrop here on the edge? Or is that... Maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell. Val says, will you give us a little warning so we have time to post ours to Instagram before you peak? So I will do my best. The problem with using Instagram on the browser is that when you go to a hashtag, it doesn't show recent posts for some reason, which is a little frustrating. So I usually, before the stream, have to collect all of the new posts and put them into a folder so I can view them on the browser. So I might not be able to see yours on the browser, but I can try. So I try to have people upload the work before the stream because of that. But I might be able to access it if you guys give me a second, because I would love to see yours on stream, Val. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and highlight these up here. No, I don't need those. I can just go ahead and let's duplicate the selection and then erase them here. Let's see. And then I'm gonna move these down and I'm going to duplicate these. Just so now I have merge down. There we go. Now I have the candy ideas on a layer. Okay, let's go ahead and scale up our house. I'm also going to just squish it in just slightly, just a little bit. I'm gonna squish it in. It's a little bit long. Squish it in. And I'm also, I think I'm gonna distort this just slightly. It's looking a little wonky to me. And you can also, if you would like to, don't forget to flip your canvas. I forgot what the term was for a second. Flip your canvas, and you can do so just by going to the gear right here and then flip horizontally. And you can totally see how wonky it is. Ah! Okay, so let's go ahead and distort this. I personally really love distort. It's one of my favorite free transforms. So move it up here. This, something like that. Okay. Press done, and then you can flip it back and kind of check it again. See what it looks like. Okay, so we can lower the opacity and we can go ahead and start coloring. Super fun. Okay, so let's pick a brown. I have browns in my color palette, but I don't know if they're really gingerbready brown. Let's go ahead and lately I have actually been using some different brushes. I have really loved Kyle Webster's Gouache Perfecto in his paint box that you can get in his mega pack. This is just has a really nice like kind of slightly opaque gouache texture. Like it has a really nice pressure to it. So if you're light, it kind of gives like a dusting, like a more of a dry brush texture, and it kind of has like that round brush that you use with gouache a lot. And I've just been like really liking this lately. So what I've kind of been doing on my work, I haven't really posted any work with it yet, but lately what I've been doing is I've been using this gouache brush for my base layers, and then I've been using his Conte crayon brush to add that crayon texture over top of the gouache, kind of like how gouache artists would do traditionally. A lot of the time, crayon and colored pencil are used to add in details over top of gouache. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to try at least to put in some gouache textures here. And also I'm going to try to maybe have a little bit of a variation to the different tones of the gingerbread. So like we'll have some darker and some lighter, kind of give a little bit more interest to what we're looking at. Obviously we also need to have that value difference to be able to tell the difference in the shapes as well. So not only will it help with just visually be able to read the illustration, but it will also add interest. CJ says, what if you use the crayon brush to draw cranberries? Would that be a cran? Can you do the cran? Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a smaller brush. I don't want to go too small with this, but yes, I think I want to go a little bit smaller than that. And I'm going to try to not use undo too often because I kind of want to give that traditional look to it. And I'm also going to try to the best of my ability, work in a work in minimal layers. I'm not going to say a single layer, but work in minimal layers again to kind of replicate that that traditional look. So we're actually going to be drawing around these pieces instead of drawing like straight through. And I'm trying to also like give a variation to my pen pressure, kind of go back and add in different kind of like brush strokes to kind of add in those kind of ideas or implications that it's traditional. I've always wanted to try to use gouache. I have a little bit in the past, but I really struggle using traditional mediums just because I'm so used to being able to have undo and, you know, getting out paints and everything is a lot of work. And, you know, relatively speaking, compared to just getting out my iPad and just sketching and stuff. So I really love that Kyle has these gouache brushes that we can kind of experiment with. They're really nice. If you would like to download these, you can download all of Kyle Webster's brushes for free if you have a CC sub. All you have to do if you're in Fresco is open up the brush menu and go to all brushes, then go down to the bottom and press plus add brushes and then discover new brushes. And you can download all of his wonderful packs. Look how all of them, there's thousands of brushes. And he also has a fall 2022 brush pack that just recently came out. I haven't actually dabbled with it yet. But there are a few different new gouache brushes if you're interested in that. Not in the fall brushes, but I think it was in the spring brush pack from this year. I think there were a couple of gouache brushes as well. But this one specifically is from his mega pack in the paint box section. There's a whole section of gouache brushes, and I believe he also just has a gouache pack specifically as well. Sita says Codi is the modern age Mary Blair. Oh my gosh, I wish. Yeah, right. Mary Blair's work is so incredible. If you're not familiar with Mary Blair, she did a lot of Disney Renaissance artwork. Like she designed It's a Small World design ride, and she like did the art direction for that, and she also did a lot of Alice in Wonderland artwork. She also did Cinderella concept art, like just absolutely incredible work. So beautiful. Highly suggest looking up her work if you would like that kind of like artwork inspiration. Val says, I finished it. I want to see it. You know what I could do, Val? I could just go to your Instagram. I could do that. Then I could very easily see it instead of going to the hashtag. Then I could show it on stream. Okay, so we have this chocolate brown here. I'm just going to throw this little paint swatch over here. So I'm going to grab a little bit of a lighter tone. Maybe I'll desaturate it a little bit, but not too much, because cookies do have a decent amount of saturation. Like gingerbread has that very like that punch of the ginger color, you know? So let's go ahead and make a new layer over top of that. I'm going to go ahead and drag this new layer into that layer that we created earlier, so we can just make a group for our colors. And I will probably look at community entries very soon. Not quite yet, but I'm very excited to see Val's Gingerbread House. Val says it's not done. But I got the full haunted gingerbread house concept out and colored it. Yes, that's awesome. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do our little snow friend here in this lighter tone as well. He is quite derpy, isn't he? I love him. Val says, Cody, would you say you use a lot more variation of color or are more likely to alter colors in Fresco than your strict color palette in Photoshop? Um, that's a good question. I think that I generally alter my colors in Photoshop and Fresco, but I guess now that I think about it, I think I did start altering my colors more when I started working in Fresco. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe I just felt like I could experiment more in Fresco. To be honest, I actually don't really do much work in Photoshop anymore. Very rarely will I open Photoshop instead of just grabbing my iPad and working in Fresco. Sometimes I'll finish a piece off in Photoshop. With CC libraries, it's really easy to go, straight from the iPad. It's saved to the cloud, and then I sit down on my computer and it's already in Photoshop. So it's really easy to go back and forth. But if I'm adding text or like certain textures or something like that, if I need to do something last minute, I'll throw it in Photoshop. But for the most part, all of my work is completely done in Fresco nowadays. So I kind of, like I've done in the past, I kind of like stick to this strict palette, but I'll alter them. I'll alter the colors a little bit. I've kind of been trying to experiment a little bit more with colors. Actually, if I go over here, I can show you guys some assets. I was doing a repeating pattern a little bit here. Here are the assets for some of the assets for it. I was doing a little, there's 4 different variations of this horse. So as you can see, I was kind of working with more pastel colors for this one. So I'm kind of trying to branch out a little bit and kind of do different things. So here's the palette right here. But it's still pretty muted, I would say. Just about time for community entries, says CJ. Indeed. Okay, 1 second. I am going to, before we do that, really quick, I want to throw in just some crayon texture a little bit so we can just kind of see what that would look like. So I'm going to grab the Conte crayon and I am going to go to our, let's see, what color do I want to use? Oops. Maybe like this color. Not the background color, but a little darker maybe. And we'll make a new layer and we'll kind of just like throw in, or maybe we will use the background color. Kind of just throw in this frosting here. So that can kind of give you guys an idea of what the finished piece might look like. And I think like you can also like get kind of like fancy with your frosting if you guys are doing this, like, and kind of like add little loopties in your frosting as well. I like doing that. That's fun. Actually, this is going to, if this was actually a cookie, we would have frosting on all edges, right? So we would actually have frosting on the bottom part as well. So it'd come up like this and go loopty. Loopty, and maybe it like goes behind the house like that. And then we have like snowman face, snowman, something like that, you know. But I like how it's turning out. I'm pretty happy with this. That's awesome. We can go ahead and pop on over to community entries. We just have a few, but I want to show you guys. Of course, don't forget to save your work. And we can go ahead and go over to Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and show our first 2 community entries, and then we can head over to Val's Instagram. This one is our first one that we have. I just absolutely love this. I thought that this was such a cool design because you don't typically see, for one, the house is an acorn, which is really cute. And 2, it's at night, which is something that you don't really see very often. And they have the snow, and then they have like it almost looks like frosting drops coming off of like the moon that's like shining light, kind of indicates that it's shining light. And they also have like all of these different paper textures, and they did such a good job also with their values. Like even though like they kind of have like this like organized chaos to their style, they still really clearly have a lot of knowledge on color values, because you can very easily tell the difference between all of these shapes, right? So there's light shapes on dark shapes and dark shapes on light shapes. So everything looks really good and cohesive, and the color palette is really nice too. Like they got those light pastels, but then also the dark darks to go with it to kind of like add that contrast. And then there's like a lot of contrast with the moon and everything. And then there's like that cute little like bunny character with the bag of gifts and stuff. Like, yeah, it's super cute. Like, I just love it. It's really nice. It's really well done. Thank you so much, Illustra Kennard, for your entry. It's really beautiful. And then we also have this one as well, by Michaela Designs. Another really gorgeous one. I love the kind of minimalism in this style. It almost looks like it was done in Illustrator, maybe. Like the flat dark background, like with the kind of like speckled, like almost looks like powdered sugar and like frosting on the roof, and the little like swirly designs around the windows and the marshmallows up front that kind of look like shrubs. It's super, super cute. We are running short on time, so I can't stay on this too long, but I just absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and go to Val's. Oops. Voodoo Val, really quick. Oh, this is so cool, Val. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Oh man. You did that so fast. I love the color palette. That is so cool. Oh man, I have to go though. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the last episode of Power Prompts. I'm so sorry. So fast. Thank you all so much for joining me and for giving entries and everything. I'm going to get cut off, but I will be back next Monday for holiday week. I will be the first stream of the week, and I will see you guys there for making wrapping paper designs. I will see you guys next week. Bye.